Hi Dollar Divas, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm super excited because I'm going to be testing out some new makeup that I have recently hauled from the Dollar Tree. And there's even something in here from Five Below. So I always love testing new makeup for you all and letting you know what is worth your money in my opinion. So of course, if you're a returning Dollar Diva, thank you so much for coming back for another video. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Jessica and I'm basically a bargain makeup channel. What I mean by that is I like to do a lot of the same fun content that other beauty channels like to do. I just like to try to keep it at the bargain price point, so the closer to $1, the better. So I do hope you'll become part of our Dollar Diva family here on YouTube. As always, I'll have related content down below in the description box. That way you can kind of catch up on what we've been doing here. So I've got quite a few products to try, so without any further chit chat, let's just go ahead and get into today's video. So this is from my last Dollar Tree makeup haul. This is from the new IONI collection. What's it called? Ooh, I can't remember what the collection's called, but it's one of their newest collections. This is their brow gel. This is in Chestnut. They also have a clear that I did not pick up. I just picked up the brown. So just so you know, these products used to be tricky for me because I used to have very, very, very sparse brows. But the last 3 or so months, I have been using a product called Grande Brow. So my brows are a little thicker, which means I can handle these products a whole lot better. So it's got kind of an interesting brush, a different brush than some of these I have used in the past. It's a little bit of a thinner brush. I did have an IONI product like this from several years ago that I used up last year. And I'm currently using one from Shop Miss A. So let's go in. I do like the color. It seems to be a very neutral brown, not too warm. I'm going to try not to make a mess, although I will be cleaning up my brows. So any mess I make will go away. A little messy. I love the shade. That's one thing I can say firsthand is it's not too warm, and as we know, a lot of products from Dollar Tree tend to run very warm. I'm not even going to dip the product in for this other brow because I think it's going to actually end up being like the perfect amount. Definitely going to have to clean up my brows though. I'm going to end up making a little bit of a mess. Definitely as we go through this video, let me know what you have found, what you have tried, and what you think of these products because I love hearing what works for you all. My brows have gotten so much thicker and fuller. So of course this brow here needs a lot of work because I had more product on my brush. But I love the color. The color I think is very, very neutral, which is really good. So I'm going to clean them up with some concealer. And then once the product dries, I'm going to brush through them with a dry spoolie. So the concealer I'm using is not new. It's just the BPure Hydrating Under Eye Concealer. So I'm going to take this on a flat brush. This one here is from Sassy Chic. Put a little on there and then I'm going to kind of mix it around on my table so I don't have too much. And just go underneath and just, I'm even going to clean up top on this particular brow. There we go. That's looking really, really nice. Yeah, these Grande Brow and Lash products, they're a little pricey. I get mine at Ulta. Sometimes you can get a deal, like a half-off deal. I started with the small sizes to try it, and I love it. And then I recently repurchased the brow version for like half price during their 21 Days of Beauty. And they do work. Like I said, they're pricey, but they're legit. I think in the next month or two, I'll be going kind of on the maintenance application where I don't have to do it every single day or night. One of them you're supposed to give 3 months, and the other one you're supposed to give 4 months. And I can't remember exactly which is which. I do have the directions so I can verify, but... So even though I'm blonde, I do like a darker brow. That's just me. So I'm going to start brushing them out a little bit. I might even clean them up a little bit more. And sometimes I like to take my concealer brush, just with whatever product is on it, and just kind of like to slightly sweep in onto my brow. So there we go. So far, so good. Of course, I'll do a quick rundown of all the products at the end. But yeah, so far, so good. I really particularly love the shade. Okay, so I applied some eyeshadow primer off camera. This is just the LA Colors eye primer. And I do have a new eyeshadow trio to try. So this here is a new LA Colors trio from their new pumpkin spice line. I used one not too long ago. I also tested their blush and lip gloss and a couple of other products. I'll have that link down below. So I'm gonna go into this shade here first. It doesn't really have like a super light matte shade to put all over the lid. Like the other one did, the other Color Story. Which one did I use? It was the more like the most neutral one, but that's okay. In my experience, as you know, these LA Color shadows are always really, really nice. My brush is a little damp because I did just clean it. I'm just gonna put this kind of all over and up into the crease. It's going on very, very well. Really, really pretty. Again, always impressed with these shadows. So now I'm gonna go into, I'm gonna do both of the shimmers. I'm gonna do this one here, and I think I might maybe do kind of like a halo eye. I don't know, I haven't done a halo eye in quite some time. So I'm gonna use my flat brush. It's already damp because I just cleaned it off with my little makeup brush cleaner wipes that I found at Five Below. And I'm just gonna take it and go into that shade. And then I am gonna spray my brush with setting spray all over my lid, and then I'm gonna pop some of the lighter shade right in the center. It's a really beautiful, beautiful shade. The texture of the shadow in the pan isn't quite as creamy as some of their other shimmers, but it doesn't seem to be affecting the way that it's going on the eye. So I might just take my finger and pop some of that lighter shade right in the center. If that doesn't seem to do it, I will go ahead and use my brush. We'll also use this for an inner corner highlight. That's doing the job. Let me take my brush and just try it, just in case. I did clean it off from the other shadow. Yeah, both of these shimmers aren't quite as, when you put your brush in, they're not quite as creamy as some of their other shimmers. But like I said, it doesn't really seem to be affecting the quality all that much. So there we go. I think that's a beautiful effect. So we'll come back in a little while, you know, as we always do, and we'll add some extra details with shadow to the eyes. But I'm gonna go ahead and move on to liner and lashes and complexion. So far though, I think that is beautiful. So I do have a mascara to try, and because I've been using the Grande Lash and Brow, I really wanna try this mascara, and so I'm gonna try to forgo lashes today. So this is the BPure Clean Beauty Mascara. This is in black. They also have brown, I think, as well. And the only reason I'm really trying it is because I did like their Hydrating mascara as far as stuff from the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna go in with this and try it. You know, mascara is just not very notable at the Dollar Tree. And especially when my lashes were a lot less full before I was using the serum and stuff, it was, my lashes needed too much help to ever rely on a Dollar Tree mascara. It seems like it's going to be fairly buildable. I might have to add maybe 3 coats. I do like the brush. Just feels like there's not like a lot of product, but also too on the upside of that, it doesn't seem really goopy like some mascaras can be. Like the IONI Fat Lash, I find to be kind of goopy. I'm gonna let that coat dry, and I'm gonna add 2 more coats, and I will be right back. Okay, so I have 3 coats, and it's not like the best in the world. It's kind of pretty typical of Dollar Tree mascara, honestly, in my opinion. I don't even know if it's as good as the Hydrating, because it's been a little while since I've used the Hydrating. Of course, I like the IONI Lengthening with Fibers. Of course, my favorite mascara is the Essence Lash Princess. It's just kind of okay. I feel like if my lashes were the way they used to be before the serum, I really wouldn't like it. So again, I think it's just kind of a typical Dollar Tree mascara. Okay, so I just added some Mercerie liquid liner, and now we're gonna try out a new face primer from IONI. So in that new collection, they have this matte primer. It comes in this little pink tube, and I don't really know if a face primer really does anything for me or not, but we're definitely gonna give it a try. See how it feels. Of course, the last primer they gave us was in their Lunar Zodiac line. What I like about this one is it doesn't seem to be too slippery, like too silicone-esque. Their first primer that they had is like a very slippery primer. It's a hydrating primer, and it's clear, and I'm actually trying to finish it up and use it up because I've had it for a while. But it's very kind of slippery. It's just that silicone feel. So this one doesn't have that feel, and it, you know, looks nice on the skin. It's supposed to help kind of prolong your makeup wear and all that stuff. I do wear a primer when I do shows, and I don't know if it really helps or not, to be completely honest. My skin is pretty normal, not too oily, not too dry, but it does look really nice on the skin. So I'm gonna add my foundation and my concealer, and then we have a new IONI setting powder to try, so I will be right back. Okay, so concealer and foundation are on, and I'm very excited to try this product. I've actually seen a lot of really great things on like TikTok and stuff about this. And someone even saying that it seems to be a really good dupe for the Huda Beauty pink setting powder. So this is their loose baking powder in Ube, and it is a pink baking powder. It's supposed to brighten under your eyes and all that good stuff. And yeah, we're gonna give it a try. So I'm gonna use like a little triangle, like cotton triangle thing here. And I'm just gonna put some of the product and I'm gonna go on in. Of course, we love their mattifying powder that they came out with a while back. That was like a translucent setting powder. And the pink kind of scares me because I don't really have a really good skin tone for like pink. I don't feel. So I don't know if this is the kind of thing, if it's for everybody or not. And I'm just gonna brush off the excess with a clean brush. You know, I'm gonna be honest, like, I don't think it's anything against IONI. It's just, I just don't think the pink color is for me, if that makes sense. I actually purchased a pink powder back like last year at Marshall's on a whim and found the color to just be a little weird. So I've been mixing it with a yellow baking powder that seems to be a little too yellow. And it gets like an apricot color, which is kind of perfect for my skin. But I just don't know that the pink, it doesn't feel brightening. Like I don't feel like my under eye area is brighter than when I use something that's a little bit more white or like a whitish yellow. So I don't know that the pink powders really work for every skin tone. My skin tone kind of, I think, has a little bit of yellow in it, perhaps even a little bit of red. And I just don't feel like, the consistency feels really nice, but I just don't know that it does on my skin what it could do on maybe someone else's skin. So no offense to IONI, I think this is actually a really great product. I just don't think that the pink setting powder thing is specifically my thing. So now I've got a bronzer. This is from Five Below. It's from the brand W7, which is kind of a really popular like duping company. So this is duping something, I just don't know exactly what, maybe Rare Beauty. And this is the Cheeky Dip Liquid Bronzer. And I think they only had this one shade. It's in the shade Fierce. So this is going to be using for bronzer today. And it comes in this little container. Yeah, I think it is kind of like maybe a Rare Beauty, maybe even Fenty. It could even be Fenty. And what I like about it is it comes with this like kind of really big sponge applicator, which is a little odd, honestly. So I'm going to put some on the back of my hand. See, the color looks really nice. Doesn't look too warm, which is always really good. And I'm going to use my stippling brush and just try to not go with a heavy hand like I sometimes do. I'm going to kind of go in like that. I kind of like this sponge applicator doesn't really over apply the product. So that's really nice. I'm digging that. I'm going to add more. That may be a mistake. I don't know. I don't really know if I see a big difference. I really don't know how pigmented that is, you guys. I don't know. What do you think? And then two, I don't know how much the pink powder is throwing me off as well, you know? I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the color, you guys. I like the formula. It seems to blend really nice and easy, and I love the packaging. I'm just not sure that it really did a whole lot. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Then I've got another shade of this BColor liquid blush. They recently came out with 2 bronzer shades and 2 new blush shades. This is Pink Punch. And I feel like I'm gonna have to go really light-handed with this. It's a very, very pigmented bright pink. I just cleaned off my stippling brush and I'm gonna go in with that. And I'm gonna really, really, really try to be careful with this. It's going on really patchy. Let me use my beauty blender. I was able to blend it out, but I feel like it went on patchier than the other ones normally would, because I usually do apply it to my hand. Let me try it again, like just with the beauty blender. And this also may be better for darker skin as well. It might just be, it's too bright for my skin tone. I think I got an okay effect, but overall, I think this one here is a little bit patchier than some of the other shades. Of course, I made it work. And then again, I don't know how the pink powder is playing into me liking these other products. We'll have to try them again without the pink powder so I can really get a good test on them. That's why I sometimes try things a couple times before I make a super final decision. But yeah, there we are so far. So I think I'm just gonna forego highlighter today because I don't have really a new one. And I don't think I really need it, honestly, today. I'm just not feeling it. So we're gonna go back to the eyes and finish them up. So of course, to smoke out underneath, I'm gonna go into that matte pink shade right there. And we're just gonna put some of this underneath. I'm also gonna be trying the Duo eye pencil that came out in the Pumpkin Spice line from LA Colors again. I'm gonna use the brown shade today. We tested out the black shade last time. I think, did we do brown? Oh, I don't remember. I don't even remember. I think we did brown. Because I think I used a brown liquid liner. Okay, so I'm gonna do that here real quick before we move on. Just gonna go in on my waterline. This was a bit better than I anticipated last time, but it's kind of hurting my eyes today. I don't know why. What's different? So there we go. Again, pretty good. Like I said, last time it didn't hurt my eyes as much. Today it just felt a little bit more abusive. So I'm gonna go in with an inner corner highlight. Of course, I'm gonna go into that lightest shade right there. I'm gonna go in with this little tapered brush. Of course, I'm gonna spray it. See how this does for an inner corner. Oh yeah. That's doing a beautiful job. I really like this eye look. Now I'm curious as to what it would look like with lashes. There we go. That did a beautiful job as an inner corner. I'm going to take a little bit now and just pop a little bit up under my brow bone, just ever so slightly. So the eye look is done, and I'm actually very happy with this eyeshadow color story going on. I think it's very pretty. Like I said, I'm really curious now to see what it looks like with lashes. So LA Colors has a new like eye and lip bar out, and this is one of their new plumping glosses. And unlike other lip plumpers, it's supposed to have a cooling effect versus a tingle. This is in the shade Reckless. So I'm going to line my lips. This is also from one of my last testing new Dollar Tree makeup videos. This is actually an eyeliner from the same line, but I'm going to use it as a lip liner. And I wasn't crazy with it as a lip liner last time I tried it, but let's go ahead and try it again. It just wasn't as dark as I wanted it to. It's still not as dark as I want it to be. Actually, I may go ahead and go in with the brown side of my eyeliner. And kind of blend it. I just like a darker lip liner. That's just me all the way. So I'm gonna go in with this gloss. I wonder if it has a smell. Y'all remember those, these are from years ago now, like these are probably 15, 20 years old, the CoverGirl lip, oh God, they were the ones that were minty. They had a blue cap and they were like minty. This kind of smells like that. And they had several shades. I just liked this shade right here. Of course, the brown pencil's gonna make it a little darker. Pleasant taste, very light. Like the way the color looks with this eye look. And I will let you know if it starts to get cool as I kind of do a quick rundown of all the products. But first, before we do anything, the last thing I want to try, I actually forgot last time, I want to use some of this Mercerie Hydrating Glow setting spray. This is now the second spray that they have come out with. And again, I'm not really super big on setting sprays. I do think they can kind of revive your face if you've been wearing your makeup for a while and it's starting to look cakey and whatnot. But I guess, you know, it can help set your makeup down. It's a cute little bottle. It's supposed to have a dewy finish as well, so it's kind of good that we didn't use highlighter. Doesn't really have a smell to speak of. The sprayer is really nice. Let's kind of see what it looks like as it dries on the skin. So now that the setting spray has kind of dried, you can see it kind of leaves a dewy finish. So of course, if that's not your thing, that won't be good for you. But I do think this would be really nice if your makeup starts looking too matte, too cakey. Really nice setting spray for that. And of course, love the packaging. Really great for travel as well. Then the liquid blush. This might be my least favorite shade. This is Pink Punch. Usually I like these pretty well. This one here just seemed to be a little harder to work with. I think the color was maybe just too bright for my skin. Might be better for darker skin. Might be a little easier to work with and blend and also give a nice pop to darker skin. So like I said, not my favorite shade out of the four of these. The primer seems nice. Of course, I would have to really kind of see how my makeup wears over the course of a day, but kind of first impression, it does feel nice on the skin. And my makeup went on really well over it. It didn't do any of that balling or separating or anything like that. My makeup looks really nice over it, so far so good. The eyeshadow palette, again, really, really nice. I love this color story. It's really pretty. I wish they had like a lighter matte shade, but when you get a trio, you can only have so much, and I am glad that they have 2 shimmers. Now the shimmers, like I said, weren't as creamy as other LA Colors shimmers and like some of their quads and stuff, but they still came off really pigmented and stuff like that. They were just a slightly different texture than I'm used to, but really, really like this color story as well. The lip gloss, now that I've had it on for a while, really nice. I like the shade, especially when paired with like a brown lip liner. It looks really nice. It feels great on the lips, not too sticky. And it doesn't have too much of a flavor, and it's not like super, super minty, so it's not gonna kill you in the other direction as far as, you know, some lip plumpers have like a tingle that's hot. This is supposed to have more cooling effect. Definitely does, but nothing overpowering. I always really like LA Colors lip glosses. Then the bronzer from W7 from Five Below. Love the packaging, 10 out of 10. I like the packaging. I think, like I said, it's probably a dupe for like Fenty or Rare Beauty. The shade is nice because it's not too warm, but honestly, I don't know that it really did anything, to be honest. I'm going to try it again when I'm not using the pink setting powder and give it another try. But yeah, as of right now, it's just kind of so-so. Might be better for skin that is maybe lighter than mine. So, like I said, I will try it again. Then the brow gel I really like the shade. It's not too warm like some Dollar Tree brow products can be. And like I said, it was really very, very easy to work with. So I really, really like it. And I like that they're now making like a bigger container. So I think they have improved their formula from their very first one. Like I said, they have clear as well. So I really, really like this. Then the baking powder. I do like the texture. I'm just not, I wish they also made a translucent or an apricot or even like a banana, because I just don't know that the pink goes with every single skin tone. I don't feel like it particularly brightened up my eye area. I mean, let me know, because I do like love feedback from you guys if it did, and you guys see my makeup all the time and you're not as close to it as I am. So let me know if the pink actually does really look good on me, or if you agree with the fact it might not be for every skin tone. Like I said, I wish they also had a couple of other shades, but it is a step in the right direction because IONI does lack in the complexion product department. So definitely let me know what you think. This LA Colors eyeliner as a lip liner again. This is in burgundy. This is from their new eye and lip bar. Don't like it as a lip liner. Probably wouldn't like it as an eyeliner either. You know, these are always kind of hit or miss. Of course, I ended up using this LA Colors Duo eyeliner for my lip liner, which it worked really well. But yeah, this here again, second impression, not good. So then I used the Duo liner again. Last time I used the brown side, this time I used the black side. It was a little bit, it hurt a little bit more, but it is very pigmented. I don't know how long lasting it'll be, but it is very pigmented. This would also be something I use for a lip liner because I do like to use a brown or a black eyeliner to line my lips a lot. And this is a duo, so that's really, really, really nice. So I do like the product overall. Probably not the best eyeliner in the world, but definitely not bad. Definitely not the worst that LA Colors has come out with. So if you enjoyed this video, show me you did by hitting the like button. Of course, if you can hype this video as well, you know, I always appreciate that as well. And both of those things help me and my channel out so much. Let me know what you've tried, what you're on the hunt for. You know, I love talking to you all about all things bargain, beauty, and makeup. Definitely check out the description box for more content like this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.